a decade or a decade and a half ago, when conservative new media first came onto the scene and challenged the monopoly of the mainstream media, the reason that we challenged the monopoly of the mainstream media is because the mainstream media was dishonest. They were propagandists. They were manipulative. They were trying to feed you cherry-picked information in order to inform how you feel about issues and morals so that you would take their side politically, the left's side politically. And it was just downright dishonest and people didn't like it. So when the new right-wing media, the independent media came onto the scene to challenge the mainstream media, we didn't have better equipment or better technology or better sources. We had no superior apparatus or institution through which to challenge the mainstream media. We had one thing to offer that the mainstream media didn't have to offer, and that was trust. If you watch us, we said, if you listen to us, if you follow us, then you know you'll be getting the truth. And when Emily Saves America and Rob Smith go to Qatar and post these flowery posts, these defenses of Qatar that are entirely devoid of the reality of what Qatar does, funding terrorism, radical Islamist terrorism all around the world, it erodes that trust. And it's not just a matter of Emily Saves America eroding her own credibility or Rob Smith eroding his own credibility. Again, if that were the case, I probably wouldn't care that much. But the fact of the matter is, there is a generalized perception towards right-wing media. We're held to a higher standard than the mainstream media. If we get something wrong, if there's an error, the level of trust that is expected of us is entirely. And when certain individuals, like Emily Saves America and Rob Smith, destroy that trust, I am sorry to say that the result is a tainted perception of the entire conservative commentariat. And that's not a good thing. In fact, the result of that, if it is not nipped in the bud, will be some of our viewership, our relationship with you, the trust that you extend to us as a whole, will be ceded back to the mainstream media, which is counter to the anti-monopoly crusade we all set out on together over the past decade and a half. That's why this topic is so important.